Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Renu. For those who have not subscribed to my channel, I would highly recommend. I have been covering a lot on different immigration programs. Right now, there's a hold on federal skilled worker programs in CEC. And as of now, there have been continuous two draws where the government has targeted only the PNP quota. Right now, I'm talking about TR to PR pathway, and the first line timeline over here is of Siddhan. Before I jump into, I would strongly recommend, in case if you have received the temporary file number that we call TFN, that's an indication that your file is likely to get processed now, and then you will be able to get the AOR, and then automatically you'll be able to link up the application also. This is a timeline of 4:10 p.m. Eastern Time Zone, May 6th, where the candidate was able to link up the application on November 11th. In 99% of the cases, when you link up the application, you are likely to get the ADR and AOR, and that's what exactly has happened here. On November 11th, he got the ADR for PCC. Thereafter, he got the AOR that was almost a month later, that was December 2nd. And this was one of the concern area many of you had. So again, you don't need to worry about in case if you didn't receive the AOR immediately with the ADR. Then there was another ADR on December 3rd after receiving the AOR, and then he got the ECOPR, that was December 13th. Good thing is that this candidate was able to get the PR card and he applied at 4:10 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. So this is pretty good. And if you see that it took him almost, uh, you know, I would say like good 20 days in receiving the PR card from ECOPR. And not to forget that there were Christmas holidays and New Year time. So yeah, this is pretty good outcome. Moving on to another case is under IG stream with 3 members. Now, interesting thing is that this applicant has applied at 7:52 p.m. Eastern Time Zone, May 6th under IG stream again. And there are so many candidates who are still waiting in the first hour. However, the number has been reduced now. That's not what we are looking at, because majority of you have already got through AOR and ADR, especially for those candidates who applied around 12 to 1 p.m. on May 6th under IG stream. In case if you have not received, you definitely can wait and just consult IRCC customer support in case if you get hold of that. Now, he got the AD, there was an AOR on December 22nd, and there were a couple of ghost updates under this case. Now, he received the temporary number on December 17th, and a couple of days later, he was able to link up the application. As I said in the beginning, that a temporary file number or TFN is basically an indication that now your case is in the queue and visa officer is going to assess. The moment he's going to assess, you'll be able to link up the application and you will be able to get the AOR also. So he got the portal request, that is today, for all his family members. Now, another applicant, 8 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. Wonderful, because this is a Calgary visa office case, and he got the ADR and got through the link up process on January 5th. Now, let me remind you, it's 8 p.m. case, so this is interesting. Many of you are actually getting PR confirmation portal as of now. So I'll be covering more in details in my upcoming slides. Like a lot of you actually got PR confirmation portal. This is really good. Just keep an eye to your inbox, and in case if you've already linked up the application, keep checking email from IRCC so you should not miss upon any deadline for the ADR. And then he got the PR application approved. That was today. Moving on to another timeline, 2:30 a.m. Eastern Time Zone, May 7th under IG stream. So far, IRCC has reached to maximum 3 o'clock. So this is one of that. So 2:30 a.m. Eastern Time Zone, he called up IRCC and got the TFN. That's again a temporary file number. That's today. So he's likely to get the AOR within this week time. Okay, another timeline is 10:01 a.m. Pacific time zone. So if we calculate as per Eastern time zone, it's 1 p.m. He got the AOR on September 13th. And then interesting thing is that not many are getting this requirement. He got the mark sheet requirement from IRCC. So that was on October 7th. He was able to submit that. And again, IRCC has asked him to submit it on October 26th. So he completed the requirement, and thereafter a month later he got the PR portal request. So just be ready with the set of documents, because since he has applied under IG stream, so IRCC may ask you for the supporting documents of your degree or the program under which you have applied for. And then yesterday only he got the PR card. Okay, another timeline, NOC 4412, and this is Stream A healthcare case. He was able to get the AOR on November 19th, and you can see that within a week's time period, she. So she was able to link up the application and then got the ECOPR. That was yesterday only. Okay. Another timeline is of Akshdeep. So before I jump into it, one more query a lot of you have, I try to address now. In case if you have not traveled outside Canada and IRCC is asking you for the PCC and the one you have is already expired, you can certainly submit that and attach the confirmation receipt of a new one. In case if you're not unable to do it, just go ahead with the expired one, because as for as per current scenario, visa officer are accepting PCCs whichever is expired, provided you have not traveled outside Canada. Truly speaking, I would strongly recommend to go with the confirmation receipt of the new one, just to be on a safer side, because it's entirely a visa officer decision. I don't want to guide you something wrong. So my recommendation, in case if you have a PCC and it's already expired, just attach it with the LOA that stating that you have not traveled outside Canada in last 6 or 8 months time period, or you can submit the confirmation receipt for the new one through BLS or local police station in your native country. Equally would work. However, in case if you're unable to do any of that thing, just submit the expired PCC and make sure you write it down, with a letter that you haven't traveled for last 1 year's time period, just to have a clear current understanding under your file. Now, resuming back to his case, this is like a July case where he has the study permit under healthcare category, and he able to link up the application on November 19th. So he was able to get the ADR for payment receipt. There was another requirement even after submitting it on November 18th. He got another ADR for right of permanent residence fee. That receipt was again required by the visa officer, and it was on January 12th. So once he submitted that, he got a couple of ghost updates in between January 17th to 18th, and thereafter he got the ECOPR. That was today. Okay, moving on to another timeline is of Shishi. He applied on June 9th at 3 a.m. So he was able to link up and then got the AOR, and there was an ADR. Usually happens, it's IMM 5669. So please make sure whenever you get the ADR, need to make sure that you submit it within the deadline, whatever is being provided by visa officer. Okay, another timeline is of 7:05 p.m. Eastern Time Zone, May 6th. In this case, this candidate was able to get the AOR on December 3rd, and if you see that he was able to raise the web form for IELTS TRF and Indian PCC on January 15th. A week later, he again got the ADR for IELTS and PCC. Although he already received the AOR and he was supposed to submit all the documents via web form, so in case if IRCC asks you to resubmit that, don't need to get panicked. Just do the way it has been asked. And then he got the portal credentials today, and within a week's time period, he's expected to get the ECOPR. And after maybe 3 or 5 weeks time, he should be able to get the PR card. Now make sure you link up your PR card once you receive the ECOPR, and in case if you're not able to do it, you will be able to get the PR card. So also make sure that you update your address and your photo as per the credentials required by the IRCC. Okay, another timeline is of Garcia. Now this is of May 6th at 4:28 p.m. Pacific time zone. So if we calculate 7:28 p.m. and this is IG stream again. So in this case, this applicant was able to link up on January 6th with name and place of birth. So most of the time you can also tweak the information based upon the availability of information you have. You can use application number or a family name or combination of whatever the information you have. And in case if you've already submitted the biometrics as a part of your previous application, you don't have to redo it. And in case if you've already applied it, like redoing it at the time of case filing, you will be able to get the refund for the second one because biometrics is valid for 10 years. So you don't have to redo it. We got the AOR on January 12th, as you see, and then medicals were approved and got the portal request on February 1st. So these are the timelines for today. In case if you have any question, you can always write back to me. I would try to reply back to each and every query, but again, as I said, that there are a lot of applicants who are still in the first hour. They're still waiting for IRCC response. You don't have to get panic in case if somebody is getting at around 8 p.m. on May 6 or 2:30 a.m. or 3 o'clock. It varies from case to case and from visa officer to visa officer. There are various factors responsible for the assessment of your application, and it's very difficult for anyone to guide you or navigate you through the process. It's just that you have to make sure that whatever the requirement is being made by visa officer, you need to fulfill that within that time frame. IRCC is actually looking at speeding up the cases, and I will be covering a little more about it through more information here. Just hold on here. So for those who have already watched my yesterday's video, I have covered a bit of it. I just wanted to explain a little bit more since a lot of queries were involved into it. So the candidates who have applied under federal skilled worker programs and CEC, especially for federal skilled worker programs, they have started getting the requirement for remedicals and proof of funds, and then again the PPR for their principal applicant and for the spouses, and to update the information of IELTS and police clearance certificate, things like that. The reason being is that IRCC is getting back to each and every applicant so that they should have the refreshed information as of now, since the target at this point of time is to clear the backlog, what they have in mind. IRCC is not coming up with a new program at this point of time, and they are focusing on to on making sure that each and every application, especially under TR to PR pathway, should get clear. So they've got the budget, that $85 million. Now IRCC is hiring and deploying more visa officer to assess maximum applications under the existing programs. And as if you see that Canada's PNP program has been the target ever since the beginning of 2022. So if you look back, there have been two draws right now, and both of them actually targeted PNP programs. Otherwise, there are different provinces who are actually conducting, various immigration programs like PNP programs. As per the provincial level. However, the main agenda right now is to make sure that they will be able to speed up the process. So Fraser itself, like immigration minister, has announced that they're planning that 147,000 permanent residents final decision in the first quarter of 2022. It's a huge number. Like if we look back a year ago, I don't want to get into all the stats and all, but yeah, you can make a comparison with this thought only, that the target is 411,000 at this point of time. And last year, this was like a historic win for the immigration department, that they were able to achieve the target of 401,000. So absolutely, government is looking to make sure that they should be able to achieve the target, and they are going to speed up the cases. So right now looks like that they are going to focus on the on clearing all the backlogs, especially under TR to PR pathway and various other programs like a study permit or the work permit, whatsoever is easier for the government to roll out. And then they are trying to build up more tracking system so that you don't have to worry about, or you don't have to look around. You will have a crystal clear and transparent information through the portal, through the website only, cic.gc.ca website only. So government is trying to be more transparent and making sure that each and every information should be unveiled on time. So I will be posting updates through my channel, so you can always subscribe for more updates. Right now they are expecting that the federal skilled worker program processing may take a little more, like they are not expecting to conduct the draws right away. You need to hold, they're going to hold back for federal skilled worker programs and CEC at this point of time, and more things would be cleared by the mid of February, as I said in my last week's video. since they would be clearing out the doubts, whatever the agenda of immigration authorities are. So the news will be published and I will keep you posted. But for the time being, they are aggressive in making sure that the TR to PR pathway should get through as soon as possible. And if you have applied under these programs, I must say that by end of this year, you all will get through. So I hope this has been little help to you. And in case if it does, don't subscribe, forget to subscribe. So till then, take care and stay safe, guys. Bye.